Hello everybody, here we are. We are in the process, if you remember, of making this teapot, and I made the body and the lid and the spout as well, which I've got wrapped up here. And what I thought I'd do is probably take me 2 or 3 video clips, but try and put the thing together. So what I'll do is just get the camera down there on the wheel head, and we'll just go through it piece by piece as much as we can. Just try and bring it in a bit there so we've got a bit of detail. It's not always good to be too close. It's nice to be able to sort of see a bit of what else is going on. Well, the first thing I'm going to have to do, of course, is not the spout or the lid, but the body. So you've thrown your teapot body, okay? You'll laugh because I just had this on the wheel this morning earlier on, and I was on the side of the wheel, and I just happened to, I was doing something else over here sort of thing, and I just I forgot the teapot was there, and I swung around and knocked it flying onto the floor. So I ended up with quite a few dents, but I've pretty much rectified it. Anyhow, these things do happen, don't they? Things do fall on the floor occasionally. Okay, so you've thrown it. The thing is, what I want to do now is put it upside down and trim the foot here. Probably the first thing I should do is just put it base down onto the wheel head first, like that. Center him up, and with a trim tool, trim the edge here of the flange, the top flange, just to make sure it's absolutely flat, because invariably it may be going up and down a bit, and of course if it is going up and down a bit, and you then put it back on the wheel, what's going to happen? You won't be able to center it properly because it'll be wobbling like this. So the first thing to do is that top flange, get that absolutely level with the wheel head. Alright, so we're now going to, I don't want the wheel head too wet. We're now going to center him up. Now you may notice that because I dropped it on the floor, there's a few sort of, but I used a spoon, put the spoon down on the inside and pushed him out again. Alright, so tap center him till you think he's running true. You can always tell if something is not running true. It's very easy, and that is to get any stationary object, like a stick, for example. You can use your finger, but say a stick, and just if you hold it there like that, you'll soon see if it's not on center, because it'll be coming in and out like this. So if you put a stationary object beside it, that will help you to see. Okay, so I've got that on center. I'm now going to give it a bit of pressure, and I'm now going to trim the foot. Now you'll notice this posture of trimming, like I'm doing. I've tended to keep my arm a bit tight into my side. Got one finger on the center of the pot, and the other, my thumb, is kind of bridged across to my hand on the other side, so that my hands are working together as one hand, if you like, rather than as 2 separate hands. Now, it's quite important to keep that pressure there. Now, you don't want to press so hard that you indent the base of the pot. What you can do is use a top of a bottle or something that kind of spreads the load. I had an old one of these credit cards. I just cut it into a circle and put it there and use that. You can do that. It doesn't matter what it is, so long as it spreads the load of the pressure of your finger so that it's not indenting the base. Right. Always put, when you get a corner that you've trimmed, always break the corner with an angle. Don't leave it like a sharp corner. Just having a look at that. It's still got the odd dent in it, this teapot. Wasn't very smart of me to do that, I must say. Never mind. It's good for you to see that I'm clumsy sometimes, you see. Now I'm using a credit card there across the top because there's nowhere for me to press in the middle with my finger, so if I put that across there like that, it bridges across and then it gives me something to press on. Now you may think to yourself, well, God, he's gone and dropped it on the floor, it's dented. What kind of teapot is that going to be? Well, where the dent is at its worst, that's where I'm going to put the spout, you see, so it's going to be hidden. So let's just get off the wheel a minute and just have a look at the form of that. Just think it needs a little bit more, perhaps taken off just there. Doing what I'm doing at the moment and other similar little tricks, if you could call them that, are things that you learn as you go along. This road that we're on of pottery, learning. It's often the little tricks like that that somebody who's an amateur, as opposed to somebody who's a bit more of a pro. People seem to think I'm a pro. I don't really feel like a pro. I just feel like just pretty ordinary, you know. But it's the little tricks, doing this and that, and it's the little things that sometimes make the difference, isn't it? And those are the things that sometimes people want to know about, those little shortcuts or ways of doing things that just enable you to do it that much more efficiently. Or like somebody commented the other day about, I was lifting up, I think it was this one actually, I put a bit of paper over it and then I lifted it and people said, wow, that's incredible. Well, it's incredible, yeah, if you've never done it before maybe, but you know, I've done it loads of times, so I don't even think about it anymore. Okay, so I'll put that to one side now. The next thing is the lid. Just wondering how we're doing for time, so I'm just going to have a squint here at the. Yes, seems that we've had nearly 10 minutes on this one. So maybe I'll draw it to a close on this particular clip and we'll carry on in the next one. Stay tuned, okay.